Madison Archer remained hidden behind her dark sunglasses as she felt the airplane lift off the ground. The gritty feel of tires on cement was now replaced with a smooth liftoff as the airplane ascended, leaving Phoenix far behind. Like many other things in her life, leaving people or places far behind had become routine. Madison watched as the vast desert city vanished beneath the scattered clouds. She was on her way home. The city of Phoenix had changed over the years, but the familiar smell of the desert still clung to her clothes. Scents carried memories, and this scent was one of sleepovers and secrets, swimming pools and naughty magazines, laughter and a hint of regret. Madison adjusted her body to lay her head against the window, closed her eyes, as if it would help her remember a time when life was a bit more innocent. Madison remembered the first time she had seen the world from this view. She was 5 years old, and it had been her earliest memory of life. She could remember because it was also the earliest memory of having had courage. Not just any courage, but the very first bit of courage that she could call her own. Courage, as defined by her 5-year-old self, consisted of having to boldly answer a question asked by an adult, more importantly, a stranger with an unsightly feature that could provoke fear in any child. Madison could remember sitting next to her mother, clutching her favorite blanket and a ragged brown teddy bear. These small details were only remembered because of an old snapshot taken by her mother. Snapshots would later become reminders of moments in life, memory markers. This flight attendant possessed a huge overbite which, for whatever reason, frightened the 5-year-old Madison. She felt cornered when the flight attendant confronted her. She couldn't hide behind her mother's legs as she often had in the past. Madison had no choice but to face her fear. "Hello, what's your name?" the flight attendant asked. Madison stared at the large teeth that protruded from below the red-haired woman's upper lip, teeth that were only upstaged by the enormous amount of pink gums. It was as if she had become frozen. Madison said nothing as she worked up the courage to speak. Isabel, Madison's mother, lightly nudged her. "And how old are you?" The flight attendant continued her line of questioning. Now, Madison had 2 questions to answer. She knew she had better find the courage before a third one arrived. "Maddie," she replied, as she held up her right fist and flipped each finger up, starting with her thumb, one at a time, till she stopped at 5. Proud that she could hold an entire hand up, each digit representing her years on Earth, Madison had faced her fear. She had found her courage and never forgot this small show of bravery. The bump of turbulence brought Madison from her thoughts. It was always bumpy flying out of Phoenix, and today was no exception. Funny, she thought, the things you remember. How young and naive she had been at 5. How innocent the world had seemed. Life would never be that clean or innocent again, if it had ever been at all. Madison shut the window cover and blocked out the sunlight as she ran her fingers through her dark blonde hair. She glanced over her shoulder and was relieved that nobody had sat in the seat next to her. She wouldn't need decoy earphones or other means to avoid small talk with a fellow traveler. Madison wanted this time to reflect on her life, and on this moment that she knew without a doubt would forever change her. Madison carried her mother with her, in spirit, as well as inside a plastic bag in an inexpensive cardboard box.